Oh gosh, no intro music again because once again, Blog Talk Radio is not functioning, so we don't have the phone lines. So anywhere you see a phone number, don't dial in. Instead, join us in the chat on YouTube. If you're watching out there somewhere, go to psychic.cafe/live. That'll take you right into the current live. And you can join us live in the chat room. So anywhere you see a phone number, don't dial in. Uh-oh, someone's got their join player on. Pamela, is yours running?
My what?
I was hearing myself.
Yeah, no, I just opened up YouTube and shut it off.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's what I thought it was. That way, Pamela can join us in the YouTube chat there. Charlotte hasn't figured out a way to do that, right, Charlotte? You're still working
Yeah,
on.
I've got my Kindle out right now trying to if I can't figure out, but I think I
Mm,
might have to let it charge for a minute because I haven't opened up for a hot minute. So
yeah. So we'll give some time people to come into the chat here. I see Angela just popped in. Dan just popped in. Got the fabulous Pamela Steele here. Yay! Artist,
yeah,
author, Steele Wizard Tarot. Woo! I love this box. Oh, and of course, Eternal Secret Oracle. Don't forget that. Absolutely. Hey, Pam, did you see what Michelle sent me?
Those are so cool.
And
Those
they're
are so cool.
and they're little baby. I mean, they're smaller than a poker deck. They're so easy to shuffle and all. So now I have something to use like through October, right? You know, towards the end of October, I'll start using that. I got to play with it more still. Yeah. By the way, speaking
what
of Michelle,
what deck is it?
oh, I was showing you already saw it. I was showing Pamela the deck that Michelle sent me, Jack-o'-lantern tarot. And
Oh, you.
yeah, she also has a friend that does 3D printing, and she 3D printed a dragon for me.
Wow.
And
Wow.
and it's got a heart on the tail and a chain.
Cool.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. So can you see me walking around like, with my keys out and about and people are like, "What the hell is that?" Anyway,
Heck no, I think you should wear it as a necklace.
I told Michelle the only thing that would have been better is if it was purple. I could probably spray paint it purple. Anyway, just thoughts. Hey, Michelle might actually be joining us. Yesterday we had Michelle's Mystic Corner, and after the show, she's like, I told her that, hey, Charlotte might be joining Pamela and I tomorrow. And she said, oh, I want to join too. And I said, great, there'll be like four of us up here. It'll be like
Yeah,
Hollywood Squares or something, right?
yeah. The Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch. Yeah, that's the other one I always say. Oh, and then this morning she said that she had too much to do and wasn't quite up to it, and plus, having some pain with the knees. She's old. She's old. No, just kidding. But
It's off, Dax. Come
but
on. Let's talk old.
I didn't say 102 like you. I mean, she's old, like, 60.
Like
Now,
you.
actually, I forget how old she is, like 50 something maybe. Anyway, but
And how old are you, Dax?
oh, 107. But
Yeah, that's what I thought.
yeah, yeah, but I don't look it. It's like Yoda said, when 800 years you reach, look as good you will not. But Michelle messaged me a little bit ago and said that her granddaughter was on her way to save the day and help her out. So she might be able to join us. And I told her, hey, just pop in, even though, we're already live. And there she is. Oh my God, God, I'm psychic. There's Michelle. You missed it,
Not
Michelle.
to toot your own horn or anything, but God,
I was showing Pamela the care package you sent me, you know, with the
Oh, okay.
dragon and the tarot deck for Halloween. And
Can
I just said you might be joining us any moment, and literally as soon as I stopped talking, you popped in.
There I am.
can I show my new acquisition that somebody actually the guy
Yeah.
that replaced my modem for my internet gave me, and if I come home because he said, "What do you want it?" And I said, "Sure." So the next time he was in town, because he's only here once a week, he left it between my screen door and my front door.
Hmm.
1973. It's still in the original wrapping, and I don't know what to do with it. I'm not a collector.
We got to find
I
you an
thought
auction or
he
something,
did.
because that's got to
Well,
be worth money.
That was the year I was born.
Mhm. That's
well, it was the year after my kids were, well, my
Yeah.
youngest was born. So yeah,
You remember
Wow.
Live and Let Die, Solitaire, and she had the tarot deck. And I mean, to get a tarot deck that's in its original wrapping
Right?
from 1972, I can't even calculate that in my head. How old is that? Yes.
that would be 50.
50,
Oh, yeah,
52
59.
years?
50.
Oh.
Let's see. Orion's, he's 52. It would be 51 years. The same as you, Dax.
No, I'm older than that.
I
I
was
thought you were
born
51.
in
Here, I'll
73
subtract.
and I'm 51.
No, I was right. 52 years, because I just subtracted
Yeah.
1972 from 2024.
73.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's
so
released in
51.
73. So yeah.
Yeah, so that is amazing. I mean, you could probably sell that at auction or something, you know.
Well, I did a
I
little bit of
would
searching.
have I would have to unwrap it and play it.
Right? Me too.
I'm not a collector, and so I would just have to enjoy it for what it was made for.
Well, see,
We-
what I'm wondering is if it's the deck that they used in that 007
It is.
episode,
It is.
Solitaire, you know, because it's hard to find that deck.
It is.
Yeah,
And the
okay.
companion book. I've seen the decks for sale for up to $500 because I
Oh
went
my
to
goodness.
a little bit,
Mhm.
but none of them have the companion
Right,
books.
well, maybe I wouldn't play with it.
Actually, I have never seen, I didn't even know, you know, I was around back then. And I don't remember, I was like 10 or something, or no, not 10. I guess I was too young to know anyway. But anyway, I didn't even know that they had come out with a box set like that. You know, I mean, that's like thousands of dollars probably it's worth.
I don't know. I mean, I was only 22 at the time. So, I mean, I was just a baby.
Hmm.
Yeah. So Dan says, not as old as Dax, 51. Hubby saved the day. Laugh out loud. Dan said I can order a purple one online
Yeah, those dragons.
Ooh.
of the dragon. Yeah. Yeah. Angela just said Live and Let Die. Yeah, that was the movie.
That's
That was
the
the
one.
first,
That was it.
you know, that was actually the first time I think that I can recall in my life seeing tarot. And you know, when she was like pulling the death card and everything, you know, it's like I knew I wanted to be a tarot reader right then. However, unfortunately, you know, I grew up in I was raised Catholic in an Italian family, and you know, there was no way I was going to get a tarot deck until I was like, you know, way into adulthood, you know. And then a friend gifted me my first tarot deck, which was the Dragon Tarot.
Yep.
And then I promptly, you know, he also gave me all these books that he had on tarot, and he said, you know, you would really like this. And I'm looking through all the books, and all the books had Waite Smith in it, so I ran out promptly and bought myself a Waite Smith deck. I never used the Dragon Tarot to read with ever.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. So Angela says, love the Bond movies. 1973 with Jane Seymour. Yes, Jane Seymour. And she went
Yes.
on to do what was it, the medicine woman thing, and she was the
It's a
doctor.
Dr.
TV show.
Quinn, the medicine woman.
Oh my
Mhm.
God, I love Jane Seymour. Oh, and she did all those commercials for years. I don't know if she's still doing them, you know.
I don't know.
She did that one with Christopher Reeve, wasn't it? That was like a time travel, or was that her?
Oh, was that
Was
her?
that her?
I don't know. I know which
I'm
one you're
not
talking
sure.
about. I can see it in
Yeah.
my head.
I can too, and I keep
Yeah.
superimposing her in there, and I don't know if that's correct. It's just my brain thinking it should have been.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's old, and I'm getting senile,
Yeah.
so give me a break.
So we have an inquiry from Angela, but before that, real quick, I just want to show everybody that I got the Eight of Cups and the King of Pentacles. I meant to use, because whenever Pamela's on, I always use, you know, the Steele Wizard Tarot, but I forgot to pull it out. Anyway, yeah, Pamela, we've both Michelle and I have this deck, you know, the Llewellyn deck, and
Oh yeah, it's right there.
and even Ellie said she's going to go out and get a copy, because it's like we're all using the Llewellyn deck now. It's crazy. It's like
Right.
Beautiful deck. Absolutely stunning.
I like the
Mhm.
One of the easiest decks I've ever been around to read. Just super, super easy. And I don't normally buy decks. I just don't.
uh-huh.
But that one I did buy. It's that one and what was the guy in tarot? Because I really am a fan of Joanna's. So
Well, way back in the day, you know, I was reading all the Llewellyn books and getting Llewellyn decks, and you know, Llewellyn was the thing, you know,
the one.
back then, you know, US Games, you know, I had the Waite Smith deck from US Games, you know, but it for me, Llewellyn felt like home, you know, and when they came out with the Llewellyn deck, you know, like their own deck, you know, it's like, oh, I have got to have that, because it's Welsh mythology, and part of my family, the Perrys, are from Wales, you know, so it's like, oh, I gotta have this deck, you know. But I got the eight of cups, right? And King of Pentacles. So this may be urging you to find balance between practical and emotional needs. It may suggest that you may be feeling unfulfilled in your current material success. And some of you out there, it's saying you need to leave behind the emotional baggage in order to attain financial independence and stability. So there's some messages for you guys, whatever resonates with you out there, whether you're listening to this live 2 days from now, 2 months from now, 2 years from now, that message was for you. Okay.
I have one.
Anybody else have one?
I got the Ace of Swords. Can you see that?
So pretty.
Okay. And actually, it came up reversed,
Mm.
which is something that I really like about this card when it does come out reversed. It means separate truth from fantasy. Stop relying on what you feel and look deeply at what you know to be logical and what's the other word I'm looking for? Help me out here. It's beyond logic. It's crap.
Not
Not that.
practical.
That's not the word. But anyway, it's about like the swan that could separate milk from water in the
Like
legend.
practical.
Practical, yes. And what actually, in other words, look at the facts, not the feelings. Okay. Look deeply at the facts, and not everything you read is and see and hear is going to be true. Like my grandma always said, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. So it's a card warning us to do our own research, look carefully at the details, and choose wisely, because it's going to affect a very long time. This is also, I use swords for fall.
Mhm.
And as today is the beginning of fall,
Mhm.
I see this too as the beginning of a type of victory, of absolutely winning. You know, you always think, well, may the best team win, but you always want your team to win. It's pretty obvious, because you obviously think that is the best team, but look closely.
Yeah.
because you're missing something. Otherwise it wouldn't have shown up in reverse. So look carefully at the facts
Turn
and don't overthink it. Do
turn
not
it turn it right side up. I got something
It
for
is.
you here. Turn it right side up.
It is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got something for you because I remember like way, way back, I interviewed Wilma Carroll when she came out with the 2-hour tarot tutor book.
Mhm,
And she always said, say what you see. So I'm looking at the sword, right?
mhm.
And it's got that vine wrapped around it. Now you turn it upside down. Turn it upside down. Go ahead. And now the sword slices through the vine and escapes.
It could do that
I
and
love
stab you in the foot. Be careful.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting when you actually pay attention. It works more for me, maybe because I'm so into the symbolism from Waite Smith that it works better for me with a Waite Smith deck or clone than it does other decks, looking at the imagery and literally, when you turn a card upside down, physically what happens. And it's amazing when you really pay attention to that, it enhances the reverse meaning then, even though I don't use reversals myself, but it's a cool little trick, upright or reversed, what's actually happening in the card, but especially when you turn it upside down, because things fall, whatever, like take the emperor, and he's holding the scepter and the ball, and turn it upside down. Well, he loses his, he drops the ball, loses the scepter, it's a metaphor, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, really cool. Oh, so back to what Angela was asking. Hello, I would love a message from my spirit team regarding my anxiety / lack of confidence, particularly relating to my new job. Thanks so much. So, does anybody want to pull cards on that?
Where'd she go? Oh, there she is.
Mhm. That's for Angela. So, whoever wants to pull cards on that. Did you get the question, Pam?
Yeah, I found it.
Okay.
I found it. Are we gonna start reading now? Because I can move this camera now.
If you want to, but there's not a lot of questions, so I say just leave it the way it is and just
Okay.
show a card for now till we
Oh,
start getting more questions and stuff.
my goodness. I got the Eight of Wands for her.
Oh, pretty.
Angela, first of all, stop overthinking it. That was the message first. Another one for the Ace of Swords, okay? Particularly when it shows up in reverse. You're overthinking everything. Another thing is the questions that you're asking, the message that you need is coming at you hard and heavy, okay? It could indicate a trip, like you may be going somewhere, possibly by air. But either way, the big changes are right there in front of you. Don't shy away from them. And for crying out loud, stop second guessing yourself. You're there for a reason. You may or may not decide to stay, but it doesn't really make it relevant at this point because what you need is right in front of you. Open up to it and just let it be because life happens through you, not to you. Okay. Remember that. Eight of Wands. Next.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else want to throw in? Michelle? You can
Yes.
add a girl. Okay, Michelle's got it. Yay. And there's Charlotte back. And I love your background, Charlotte. That is so cool.
Okay.
That's courtesy of Zoom.
So I got the Tower card. So you have some hoops you might have to jump through, but do not let that discourage you. Just because there might be other individuals involved, just because there might be organizations you might have to deal with or resources you might have to try to get through, don't let that frighten you. And just go forward, keep a positive attitude, because like in the Wizard of Oz, I can't help it, this particular card makes me think of the Wizard of Oz. There's no place like home, and home is where the heart is. So your heart is going to lead you in the right direction, but you just need to connect your heart and your mind with your intuition. Okay. So that's what I have for you.
Awesome. So I don't know, something weird happened in the chat where Angela's messages all got deleted by Dan. And I just messaged Dan. It's like, Dan, what happened? Why did you delete Angela's messages? I don't know if that was an accident or, because she didn't say anything derogatory or anything like that. Really
Yeah,
weird.
Dan did it. I can see that. Shame on you.
Dan, what are you
can put 'em-
doing?
you can restore them. You can put them back.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I mean, I tried clicking on the restore thing.
Or
And
he has to do it. He has to go back
Oh
and do
my
it.
God. Okay, she was hidden and then unhidden.
yeah, I unhid her. I was able to do that, but I wasn't able to bring her messages back. So Dan might have to do that. We have Anita coming in, or Aneta, Aneta. Hello there, I'd like to ask a question. What's coming towards me in love? In love. So, Aneta, are you seeing anybody now? I got that question for you. And give us a couple of seconds, because there's a huge delay between when we talk and it's actually physically heard on YouTube. But let's see. And Angela says, thank you. Definitely resonates. I've been through a lot in my chosen career for many years, which has really shaken my confidence, causing me not to trust myself or anyone else. We were talking about this, and this might be a good topic for us to talk about in a couple of minutes, because we don't have a lot of questions anyway. And that is confidence in career, like she's talking about, and you guys just read about, but specifically for like tarot readers, psychic advisors. I've been working with literally thousands of tarot readers in the 20 years of the Tarot Guild. And the number one thing is confidence giving readings. But before we go into that, Aneta's question, she says she's single. She just responded. I'm going to see if anybody's coming in. Oh, that's a good sign. Oh, that's a good sign too. Okay, I think someone's coming in, but it's taken a while. Okay. Anybody that's, watched these shows, that I just keep pulling cards until a person shows up. Basically, we're looking for a court card. And if I get out to like 13 cards, we know, okay, it's gonna take a while, right? All right, so let's see. I'm going out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whew. Holy cow! It took 9 cards before the Page of Cups showed up. So Cups is water, maybe a Cancer or a Scorpio coming in, but there's a massive delay going on here. However, in the very beginning, the first card I got was the 10 of Cups, idyllic family life. So it looks like it's there, Aneta. It looks like it's not just possible, but likely that you're headed there, especially because the very next card is the 4 of Wands, traditionally a card about celebration, especially like marriage, like wedding receptions, things like that, followed by a new opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles, suggesting that, Aneta, what you might need to do is you might need to leave your familiar circle. This beautiful garden you're in, you need to go out this entrance here. And yes, it's a little desolate out there, but you need to, think outside the box, step out of your comfort zone. That's what it's talking about. But I get things like the Chariot card and Justice, that are very positive. The Moon card suggests that, hey, maybe it's not entirely clear. At the end, though, I get this Page of Cups. So, like, they're there. That person, I don't think you've met this person, though. That's the feeling I'm getting. And the opportunity for a really good relationship, you know, perhaps marriage even is afoot. And like I said, he doesn't have to be a Cancer or a Scorpio or a Pisces necessarily, but has those water attributes, somebody that's, you know, sensitive, don't want to say emotional, but like artistic, you know, that kind of thing. And the timing card is 5. So, you know, you could, it might be 5 weeks, but I think you could meet this person as soon as, say, could be 5 days, you know, but that's what you need to focus on. And let's see. Oh, Dan said it was totally by accident. My apologies. I didn't even realize I was preparing food for the grandkids. I think one of them touched the screen. Oh, so, you know, that's going to happen. You know, things are going to happen. But anyway, I hope that helped you out, Anita. Oh, so uh, as far as confidence, like I said, worked with thousands of readers. And, you know, there's all kinds of things with learning to read and card meetings and spreads and you know, process and all this different stuff. But the number one thing that people have said to me is they lack the confidence. Now, out there in tarot land, out in the tarot world, you know, there's a lot of people that will have a PDF or a book even, or a course, a workshop, you know, gain confidence as a tarot reader, you know. And the funny thing is that it's always a lot of the same stuff, you know, do 100 readings. Okay. And oh, by the way, for me, it's not just confidence, it's confidence and connection. Confidence in reading and connection to the cards through the subconscious mind, through your higher self, to the collective unconscious. I mean, that's where the information really comes from. And, you know, it's all your subconscious doing the heavy lifting. And our mind thinks in symbols. That's why tarot works so great, because it's a bunch of symbols, you know.
Mhm.
So it's that connection as well as the confidence. Okay, so you're doing the readings, and you have to get the connection in order to get confident at the readings, but you have to be confident to get the connection. And I don't know, that to me there just seems to be like this whole big circular thing going on, and it takes people at least 6 months, if not a year, 2 years, 3 years before they get really confident. And all these courses that are supposed to give you confidence, and they don't even talk about the connection part, are like, you know, talking about different methods of learning the meanings. Go out and do 100 readings, you know, you'll get confident, things like that. But, you know, I was also, I, how do I put it? I also come from the viewpoint as, you know, someone trained in hypnosis and neurolinguistics, NLP. And we work with people all the time on memorizing like the meanings of the cards. You know, we work with students, you know, trying to take the standardized tests, you know, for college and so forth like that, you know, and just school in general, and remembering material. There's all kinds of techniques in hypnosis for that. And then confidence. I mean, that's one of the big things that we do. People come to us that I got to put on this huge presentation. There's going to be 3,000 people in the audience. You know, I've never done this before. I have stage fright. So we take them through hypnosis. We take them through NLP techniques, and we instill the confidence, and we give them triggers, you know, that they can do before the presentation. You know, Tony Robbins does this before every single presentation that he does.
Yeah.
Before he goes, and they've actually, you know, done some behind the scenes videos where you can see, you know, he's in the wings behind the curtain before he goes out, And he puts out his circle of excellence, and he steps into it, and he just absorbs and exudes the confidence, and then goes out on stage. And I'm thinking, why are we not doing this for tarot readers?
Did anybody else not hear Dax speaking? Or is that just my computer going?
Oh, maybe
Oh,
it's cutting in and out.
yeah.
I heard him.
It must be on your end, Charlotte. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
It was just a section of that kind of in the middle where I was like, he's
Hmm.
talking, but I'm not hearing anything.
Oh, well, hopefully everybody in the audience heard. But yeah, that's my general, gist. And I just want to get the opinion of Michelle and Charlotte and Pamela. I don't know where Pamela went. She probably had to go blow her nose or something. But um anyway, so when Pamela gets back, I'd like to get everybody's opinion. You guys can start out. What do you think about that idea that we do something on, because it is the number one problem, that we do something with confidence, but totally unlike everybody else out there, all the tarot teachers, how they, help with confidence is, not what I think of as helping with confidence.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I really like that idea.
There's something
I
else we
think,
need to throw in there too, and that is imposter syndrome.
oh my
Yes.
goodness. Yes.
And the imposter syndrome, and that's become really popular in the last 10 years. There's like 1 million YouTube videos on imposter syndrome.
Is there? I don't
Oh,
keep up.
everybody's talking about imposter syndrome. It's the number one thing. And it goes hand in hand with, the lack of confidence, and as well as just, learning the material. We can make it easier. So instead of taking months to learn the meanings, and then hundreds of readings taking again months or years, to get confident, we can help people retain information instantly. And so it takes them a lot less time to memorize information about the cards and methods of reading. And we can instill confidence immediately, not 6 months from now, not a year from now. They can become the confident reader, the master psychic advisor, in a few days versus years.
Right, right.
And no one's doing this. It
No,
boggles
I
my
haven't seen
mind.
anyone.
No.
Wow.
I've looked into, because I know it's a big, number one problem, really. And I've looked into when people said they were, going to do a talk on confidence for readers, or, anything vaguely like that. And, nothing I've seen really is helping with confidence, like what you can do with NLP techniques, hypnosis, and other techniques. There's a Mike Mandel, Dr. Mandel from Toronto, one of my hypnosis teachers. He has what's called, I'm trying to remember the exact name. It's his lensing protocol, and it's a technique like an NLP technique, where it's akin to wearing rose-colored glasses. You've heard that before. It's like, oh, she's just looking at the world through rose-colored glasses. And what it is, you go through this lensing protocol, and you are always the master, whatever. In our case, the master tarot reader, the master psychic advisor. You're always looking through the world through that lens. So you take them through the lensing protocol, the circle of excellence, some shifting protocols in NLP, and then some just straightforward hypnosis on, retaining information. You will instantly recall the keywords for each card, and different things like that, which we can do in a group session, or we can do individually with folks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah. And Angela's saying the same, saying something akin to this. She said, I haven't worked much with tarot, but do work with angel cards and dowsing rods just for myself. And she says, practicing to gain confidence in this as well. Yeah. And I'm not saying you don't practice.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you go through our program and you walk out and you don't have to practice and you're like instantly the master tarot reader, but it could be really close, and you go out and you do some practice, and you use the technique. Some of the techniques are always on, like the lensing protocol. Other techniques, you're firing off a trigger, like touching a knuckle, or sometimes we do it around the wrist, or a point on the shoulder or something like that, that pops out that confidence, and the circle of excellence, which you can step into, right? And then you do that as you're practicing, and within a very short time, I'm talking a week, you do 10 readings in the next 10 days, and you'll already be there. Whereas other people present programs on becoming a confident tarot reader, and it's 10 months before you're confident. What were you going to say, Michelle?
So you're talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
In the next 10 days, you'll already be there.
Oh, that was Charlotte.
That program.
Charlotte, we're hearing me twice.
I know. Keep your panties on. I'm still working with my Kindle.
Okay.
No worries.
She's trying to get in for months now. She's been trying to get into the chat room, because she normally would watch our show and be in the chat room on her phone, but she's using her phone for the camera and to be in Zoom. Yep. And for some reason her Kindle doesn't let her, I guess she can see regular YouTube videos, but when she goes into a live, it doesn't show the chat. Anyway, Michelle.
Interesting. So you are definitely talking to me, but mine is a slightly different area.
Okay.
Mine is working in Maria's course. I'm on the homework assignments.
All right.
Mine is, I'm having some confidence problems and getting things accomplished there. Mm-hmm. So I just so you know, you're talking to me right now.
Yeah, I'm interested though. So in the course, and you're talking about the Certified Angel Practitioner course.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so because we're not talking about cards and learning the meanings and things like that.
Tarot cards.
What is it you're having? Cards. What is it you're having trouble with confidence-wise?
Okay, so with angel readings, there are angel cards, angel oracle cards, learning the angels. I only know a few. The archangels, who they are. Like, I can tell you that Archangel
So that's
Michael
a memorization process.
Yes.
Well, and we have techniques for that.
Right. And you would think I know this. I can teach others. But there's that thing, the mechanics cards never fix. The coach's life is yeah.
So, psychotherapists become psychotherapists because their own minds are so screwed up.
Right. And so it's going back. I feel like you're just talking to me, because as I'm going through, I have to take her course again as I do the homework, because it's like, I got to go through this again.
Yeah. But see, the same techniques I'm talking about, and hypnosis in general, will help with retaining information, like, what are the 12 main archangels, and the attributes of the angel numbers 111, 444, 777, you know, all these different things involved in the certified angel practitioner course,
Right.
as well as confidence and connection to your angels. All that can also be helped with this same protocol. Angela says in the chat, just learning to trust my intuition and the message I receive. See, that's part of it too. And that's big. A lot of people have trouble just going with, and normally your first gut instinct, the first thing that comes to you is right. And but that's another thing that can be installed using NLP techniques and hypnosis, you know, and nobody's doing this. It's crazy. The other thing that I think is amazing to me, remember, I started this by saying that I've worked with literally thousands of tarot readers and other psychics, you know, since 2004, you know, when we started the Tarot Guild. And another interesting quinky dink thing, you know, that I noticed is, you know, I also was getting trained in and became certified in hypnotherapy. Well, I would be talking with the tarot people, and they would let me know that in studying tarot and knowing that the symbols talk to the subconscious mind, they got interested in the mind, start studying the mind, and a large majority of them ended up studying hypnosis. And when I talk to my hypnotherapy colleagues that are hypnotists, they tell me when they find out what I do, you know, my other life outside of hypnosis, you know, they are, oh, I have a tarot deck. I study tarot too. I studied numerology too. You know, it's almost universal. It is crazy, which also makes it even more amazing, or just not fathomable, the fact that because so many people that do tarot also have studied hypnosis and NLP, neurolinguistics, why has nobody put two and two together and put a program out there to help psychic advisors, tarot readers, with their confidence, with their connection to their intuition, with retaining information and knowledge surrounding the card? Why is, because everybody I talk to is into hypnosis that is also into tarot. So like nobody's done this. It is the strangest thing. But you guys think it's a good idea?
Best you can do is throw it out there and see if it floats.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's you know, now that we're coming up on the 20th anniversary of the Tarot Guild in October, I mean, it's about time that we do something like this. You know, I mean, I've received some letters, emails recently. I still, you know how old I am, I still say letters. And they're asking about joining the guild, and they're, you know, asking about different things, and they're telling me what their issues are. And besides confidence, you know, just you know, different things all around business. It's not so much learning to read tarot. I mean, there's people out there who've been doing it 10, 20 years, and they suck at marketing. They suck at business, you know? And that's what I think we should focus more on at the Guild, is this kind of thing, a program for confidence and connecting with your intuition and retaining card information and so forth like that, as well as the business things. You know, they're telling me that and some of them are, you know, old like me, you know, or even older, and they're like, you know, I can't get, and I really don't want to get TikTok and Instagram,
Right.
you know, and building a website and all this kind of thing. And I responded back and I said, that is what the Tarot Guild is for. That is why we created Psychic Cafe, a website where you can have your own custom pages and like your own mini website on this website. You don't have to have your own website if you don't want to. But if you do, we'll build that for you too, so you don't have to figure it out. But that's the whole idea of Psychic Cafe. That's what we do at the Tarot Guild, is help you with all of these things. So I'm just thinking of adding an additional program that helps with confidence, intuition, studying, memorizing, recalling information, things like that. Give our readers and our psychic advisors a leg up on everybody else, you know, with these powerful techniques. Oh, Mandy just came in. Hi, Mandy.
We got
And
a question in
yeah, I saw
YouTube
that.
too.
Yeah. Angel in the Light came in as well.
Yeah.
So Angel in the Light wants to know, can I settle abroad?
Funny because just before she posted that, I pulled some cards and I didn't know who they were for, but they're for
Oh,
her.
maybe they're for her. What'd you get?
They are. Well, the first one I got was a Six of Swords, and that's this one, which means the only question you need to ask yourself, are you moving away from something or towards something?
Oh, I love that.
If you're just doing it to leave, okay, you're going to have a lot of issues. But if you're moving out of a situation to something you know to or believe to be a better situation, then yes, by all means, you can do this. Okay. Now, the reason then I picked up the Oracle. Okay. Literally picked up the Oracle out of the Oracle deck, the Eternal Seeker. And this means becoming what you choose to experience. Okay. Why you're going and why you're not doing it here is your own reasons, your own validation for it. But remember, wherever you're going, be your authentic self. And I really don't like the word authentic, but there isn't a better one right now. Like the word love, there really isn't a better one right now. So we're going to have to go with those.
Yeah. I mean,
But
it's overdone, but I don't think it's that bad.
it's not. But really,
Authentic.
the
Yeah.
whole point is that trusting your intuition, and that's what we were just talking about, and being able to do that deep dive and come back up with something that you know is vital and valid. You've got this. You just don't trust yourself to know it yet. And the third card that came up was, of all things, Sacred Alignment, which is the oracle's card answer for the Chariot. Okay, which means when you go, and it's not an if, it's a when you go. You'll be traveling in comfort and it's going to happen really quick, but it's also like being on a roller coaster. Once this ride takes off, sit down, shut up, keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times until it comes to a complete stop. So just be ready to hang on. But here's the real beauty of the whole thing. You're keeping things hidden from yourself. And I know this because for some reason I was looking for something else and I found my animal totem deck. And you got the Black Dragon. And yeah, I know it's not part of the real deck, but I had a bunch of extras, blanks. So I filled them up with dragon stickers. And of all the cards, you got the Black Dragon, which is the dragon of mystery and goes hand in hand with this one. Okay. So be willing and be ready to accept what's coming your way, because in both hands, jump on it, because this is what you need. You ask for it, you're getting it. There you go. That's all.
Oh my God. I just had an intuitive flash of an oracle deck, all based on different dragons. And like you said, like the Black Dragon. And then I saw another one where there was multiple dragons and it was called Council of Dragons. I mean, literally this all in my head.
You're listening to my thoughts, Dax. Stop it.
Oh my God. We have to do a dragon oracle deck. Anyway, real quick.
Diane Cooper has a deck very similar to that.
Oh, very cool. Who has it? Who? What?
Diana Cooper.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up on me, Charlotte. I can't make...
Diana Cooper.
Oh, Cooper. Yeah, Diana Cooper. Oh, yeah. And but real quick, before I want Angel to catch this, because I have something for Angel in the Light as well. If you do decide that is what you want, Angel in the Light, settling abroad, I got the Queen of Swords. Okay, so you should look at this very analytically, and she's beckoning forward with her hand towards, on this side, towards the Two of Cups. So the key is to fall in love with that idea. All right. And then the entire universe opens up to you.
Nice.
Which is the world card in other decks. Anyway, but yeah, I just pulled some cards while Pamela was talking. I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. And Mandy had come in and said hi to everybody. Mandy, if you have a question or, or want a general, let us know in the chat. If you have a specific question, just go ahead. You don't have to ask for a reading. Just type in the question. If you want a message from your angels, guides, the universe, just let us know. And in that case, we'll pull cards or whatever on that. So yeah, it's really quiet. We don't have the phone lines and not a lot of people in chat, but we're not normally on Sundays a lot lately, because Angelic Realms is the Angelic realms am I saying that right? The Angelic View, she changed the name of her show. The Angelic View is on hiatus till fall. I know we're in fall, but when she says fall, she means late fall, like November. Anyway, so she's coming back in November. So we don't have those first and third shows. The second and fourth Sundays, we're doing the live Zooms instead of a show for our members. That's where you can come and ask any question you have about your business, starting or growing a business, psychic advisor, tarot reader, numerologist, astrologer, questions specifically about Lenormand, tarot, numerology, psychic development, anything like that, as well as get mentoring. And we do it twice a month, second and fourth, although this month there's 5 Sundays. And the way it fell, it's actually next Sunday is going to be, so the 5th Sunday is when we're having that. Okay. And you can join the guild right now for, I don't know what the percentage off it is. Normally $78 a year. It's $67 right now. You can go and do that. But yeah, we haven't been having regular shows. Pamela and I pop on here like what, Pam? Like once a month.
About that, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's hard to develop a consistent, viewership and create an audience when you're only on once one Sunday a month. The rest of the week, we've been pretty steady until recently. Some Wednesdays and Thursdays and even some Mondays have fallen through. When we do the Mondays regularly, Charlotte and I are getting quite the audience. And the most views on the channel.
Monday fun day.
Monday fun day. Okay, so Kite just came in. Hi, Kite.
Mandy asked a question too.
Oh, she did finally. Okay, because she hadn't asked yet.
She's looking for any messages from the angels. Who's got the angel deck? Michelle, don't you?
Who's doing Charlotte?
I don't have it handy. No.
Okay.
Well, anybody can do a message from the angels, though.
Yeah.
Charlotte, you haven't done any yet.
Norman.
Do you want to pull some cards or something?
Sure.
Or do you have something coming through? So, yeah. So hers was just wondering any message from her angels or the angels. Kite is asking, may I get a past life reading? What was in my past life? What is my life path? Past life, life path. Oh, that's interesting.
Those are 2 separate questions though, right?
Those are like 2 different questions, really. I don't think we really do past life too much. It was Sharona that was a certified past life reader.
Oh, it's easy to do. It's just that it takes a while, like more than about 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah.
It takes a good 45 minimum.
So Kite, how about if we just do what is your life path? And by the way, if you pop in your birth date with year, I can calculate your numerological life path right now. But that's up to you. Otherwise, we can just pull some cards and see what comes up. Michelle, why don't you pull some cards, see what comes up for Kite for life path?
Meanwhile, Charlotte's going to do Mandy's.
Right. Yeah. See, that's what I love about actually not having the phone lines is we can look ahead, which you can't do on the phone lines. You have to get them on and find out what their question is. Whereas in chat, they've already written their question. So if there's 3 questions, we can hand each one out to a different reader and they can start pulling cards and working on them while the first person goes with their presentation. So go ahead, Charlotte. What you getting?
The first card I got, I went with Kyle Gray because, he's more angelic. He has more angelic decks than Kyle Gray. Well, maybe Bradley Valentine, but different sort of game. But anyway, this one is the Arcturian Light Codes, evolutionary downloads, recalling power, future thinking, and it's just saying that you can evolve into a greater state of being right now, and that's going to depend on how you approach that. So you've got to be open to because we all have mundane tasks, and it's you got to get yourself out of your like muscle memory life, because that's kind of how we live our life, really, muscle memory life. We get up in the morning, we have our breakfast, we go to work, we have our lunch, we go back to work, we come home, we whatever. And this is saying pay attention to what's going on around you. Like if you've been hearing high-pitched noises, seeing flickers of light, or sensing that you're being visited by beings in your sleep, they're saying that you're actually receiving downloads from the Arcturians. So that's kind of cool, because Arcturians are pretty sweet people. And also that you've got the divine protection, the sort of light, divine protection, cords are being cut, breakthrough energy. And if you've watched my show at all, you've heard me talk about calling in Archangel Michael a lot to cut the energetic cords that tie you to people and situations that are no longer serving your higher purpose, because those can hold us back more than anything. And I in my own personal help, for my own personal help, when I do that, because I'll find myself, like replaying situations, and I went, the cord that, I thought I cut, but obviously needs to be cut again. And as soon as I cut it, and then that energy, either I'm like, it's your choice where that energy goes, whether it goes back to the person that it came from so they can learn to deal with their own shit and not make me transmute their energy, or it can go out into the universe to be transmuted into a more perfect and loving light. So I think that also goes along with your with the Arcturian people coming along and helping you. And then you get the Orion activation, supernova, recreation, renewal, rebirth by light. And so to me, this is one of those things where I might look at the picture itself and look at that doorway, and beyond that doorway, you're not just stepping out into the into the next department of your life. There is the whole universe is there waiting for you to write your script, or
can't see it, Charlotte. You got to move it more in front of your face. There it is. Okay, now we can see it.
Anyway, let it come. Let it come to you, and not limit yourself. So That
Mm-hmm.
that's the angels from the message, the message from the angels, and it's just, you know, basically saying do not limit yourself. You've got the whole dang dong universe waiting waiting to help you as long as you're willing to open yourself up and um and pay attention to things that are happening around you.
Awesome. Hope that helps you out. And Michelle's going to pull cards on Kite. But before we go there, Kite did give me his or her, I think it's a her, but I don't know. People don't tell me sometimes, and it's hard to tell from names sometimes. Gave me her date of birth. Okay. And it's interesting because today's the 22nd of September. 22 is the master builder number. 2 plus 2 is 4, reduces to structure. She was born in 2002, which is also 22, master builder number, and 2 plus 2 is 4, structure. Now, her entire birth date adds up and reduces to 6. So she is a 6 life path, the lover's card. That's right. That's right. So sixes, they're nurturers. All right. If men, they rescue their damsels in distress. And if they're women, they mother the little boy in their men. They should manage or run the company. If everything is going smoothly, they must be careful not to ruin it. They tend to put people on pedestals, which then they proceed to topple over. They are very magnetic. People are drawn to them. Their moods affect the room. So, yes, you are a 6 life path nurturer. So, you're good. Your life path should be what you're doing, should always have to do with that, nurturing other people, helping other people. Sixes are not happy unless they're solving some problem. That's why they always cause some problems, and then they end up, fixing those problems. It's like, see, I fixed not revealing that they made the problem in the first place. They're also very good at, like, twos at mediators, because it's the same balance of 3 and 3. It's like 2 is 1 and 1, and 6 is 3 and 3. But it's like, because they're magnetic, they're they're good at anything where they have to interact with people, because, like, a diplomat or a mediator or anything like that, because they have instant rapport with people. People just are drawn to them. They're the best undercover agent to geez, things popping on my screen here. They're the best undercover agent, to send into the diplomatic dinner and attract people and get all the information out of them, kind of thing. So there's a lot of things that, job wise, career wise, things like that sixes can do. And then we asked Michelle to pull some cards to see what comes up. What'd you get,
So
Michelle?
I got, okay, so we're going to start with, I got the ship, the stork, and the dog. Now, the ship is a 3, the stork is a 17, the dog is an 18. You add and reduce, and you get the number 2, which is going along with what Dax was saying. You reduce the 6, you got 2 3s or 3 2s. As he was saying with the 2022, I just noticed there's a lot of 2s. With this, I feel like you have some kind of trip coming up, but you are not going to be going alone. Okay, you're going to be going with someone who is extremely loyal and devoted to either you or or the journey that you guys are going to be going on, to the destination or to whatever it is that is going to be the cause of this trip. So that is what I have for you. So be looking for some sort of trip to be coming up. Okay.
Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. And you can see I put up the slide, become a host. I put the link in the chat too. You could join us just like all of us up here right now. This is how you become known. This is how you, speaking of confidence, doing these mini readings is a great way to become more confident. But also, it's like writing a book, creating a deck. You do a podcast and you become the expert, and people, they get to know you, like you, love you, and then trust you. And they're going to buy your products and services. So that's why I become a host on the network. And there's lots of opportunities, different opportunities. You can make a custom show, and you can come on our Psychic Cafe live shows like this with other hosts, get your feet wet first. And we help you along the way because we've already gone through the learning curve. Yeah. Awesome sauce. I also put in our coffee link, psychic.cafe/coffee. I put that in the chat as well if you want to grab us a cup of coffee over there. And I want to, again, earlier in the show, I invited everybody to join the guild. It's just $67 for the whole year. That's, if you divide that by 12, that's like the cost of a latte at Starbucks a month. And you get all kinds of benefits, including our live twice monthly mentoring, discussion, and Q&A sessions that we talked about. Also workshops that we put on, promotional opportunities like being on these shows. Besides becoming a regular host, you can pop on as a guest co-host here and there as a member. Right. Yeah. And we will also interview you, get your tarot story or your psychic advisor's story. You can grab it at psychic.cafe/school. Oh, I guess I should put that in chat too. Put the URL in there, psychic.cafe/school. Come and join us. And if you scroll down on the page, you'll see where you can get the membership for $67. Also on that page, you can book a reading with me for $69. I think that's 31% off. Normally $99.99. That's towards the bottom of the page. My tarot and numerology course, Tarot by the Numbers, it's $100 off right now. Usually $299. You can get it for $199. And you get free membership, the membership we were just talking about, and your certification, normally $138 per level. You get those included free. $199, and you get your membership and certification free. Now, if you don't need the course, you've been a reader for years, if you're already a member of the guild, on the private members group, on one of the posts at the top, you'll see a link where you can go and get your professional certification for half price. So instead of $138, it's just $69 right now during this back to school fall sale. Also, if you're not a member yet, remember earlier I was just saying, join for $67. We have this package deal, which is even cheaper. It's less than half price. I kid you not. Your professional certification and membership in the Tarot Guild for $99. It's all on that page, psychic.cafe/school. And then coming up on the network, Charlotte and I will be here tomorrow. That's right. Monday Fun Day. Like Charlotte said. Go ahead, Charlotte.
Monday Fun Day.
Monday Fun Day. Absolutely.
Yeah.
By the way, our next meeting, I mentioned it earlier. It's normally the second and fourth Sundays. There's 5 Sundays, as I said. So we're doing it on the 5th Sunday. which is a week from today. So if you join the membership right now, you can join us for the live Zoom discussion and Q&A and free mentoring. That's right. Awesome sauce. So what else is going on in the chat, guys? Have we gotten any more questions come in? I saw I for little brother or something come in. They were on. Michelle, was that yesterday?
Yeah, yes, it was. But I don't
Was
have access to
is
YouTube.
Michelle, is that a new question, or because they're asking about moving next year? Is that what
Yes, that's new.
that's new? Okay.
Mhm.
So Pamela, do you want to do a moving question for I for a little brother?
I around
I for a little brother. I do not know what that means.
not a clue.
We just called them little brother and I and things like that last night or
Yeah,
yesterday.
I
I got a solid no.
Okay.
Just because you still have unfinished business where you're at. And until you wrap that up, it's kind of like if you were moving tomorrow, you would at least empty your garbage cans before you walked out or threw them all on the truck to go. Well, you still got to empty your garbage cans and take care of what is important now, because otherwise you're going to take it with you and you're going to be in the same situation. So clean that up and then it's a go.
So for little brother gave us their birth date. They're a one life path. And you know, they like to be on stage. The leaders they want to be in charge. You know, what I'm interested in, and I have to calculate this, so guys, give me a second here, is 28 1. Oh, that's weird. They're okay, so their month and birthday also come down as one. Here, let me add it up a different way and make sure I'm not screwing this up. 10 1. No, it's one. Yeah, so their attitude number is a one, and their lifetime life path is a one. I would not want to be married to someone that was a one life path and a one attitude at the same time, because you know you wouldn't get a word in edgewise anyway. But if we take one plus the world year is gosh, now I'm blanking. 2024
yeah.
is that right?
Yeah.
Are we in an 8?
We are.
2 plus 2 plus 4 is 8. Okay, plus 1. All right. So he or she, I think it's a he, I can't remember. Anyway, their personal year number is a 9. And see, you know, more than their life path, I wanted to know their personal year number, because if you're going to do a move, you know, you get information from where you are in the cycle. So they're at the end of the cycle this year, you know, so this is the time that you should be, like the analogy with the trash cans, you know, empty the trash cans. Okay, so literally go through your closets, get rid of everything you don't need, anything that's been in there or your garage for 6 months or a year, you haven't touched it, seen it, get rid of it if you're not going to use it, you know. But also relationships, belief systems, anything that's no longer serving you. Before you make a big move, you need to clean house. Okay, and that's what the 9 energy is about, is letting go of all of that stuff. So next year, 2 things. One, you're going to be in a 1 year, a 1 personal year. That is the year to make a move. That is the year to make a move next year. But you know, Pamela was getting the no. What I'm going to put the spin on is that you just might need more time. It might be the end of the year, you know. But if you do it in a 1 year or a 2 year, you're golden, really. Okay. But in addition to that, it's your year. because you're a life path 1 and an attitude 1 in a 1 personal year next year. Literally, it's your year. I mean, you can really make things happen. You can make the move happen if you want, start a business, start a new relationship, start anything in a 1 year. And with it being your life path and your attitude, oh my God, very, very powerful. Anyway, so that was for I for a Little Brother. And it's, I remember we were having so much trouble with that, and it's because there's an O in there where it's I of
Oh, there was an R. I of
Ra,
our little brother.
I of Ra little brother, which makes no sense, but I ignore the O and just go I for little brother, I for a little brother, I for a little brother. So anyway, that's how I've been doing it. Hey, what's everybody say? Oh, he says, or she says, okay, thanks.
Nice.
Yay. And then Kite put in TQSM, and Dan asked Kite, what is quote unquote TQSM? We do not know, and we may not want to know. Kelly just came in though. Hey, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
Can I have a reading? Of course you can. So type in your specific question. We prefer specific questions. Type it in the chat what your question is. 1 or 2 lines. Don't, write a whole book, but write a couple in. If you don't have a specific question and you'd rather a message from your angels, your guides, a message from the universe, let us know in the chat. Hi, Kelly. Yeah, let us know what your question is. I can barely make out these little tiny pictures, profile pictures on the chat. So yeah, we have gone over an hour now, so we're going to be ending soon, but we'll get Kelly's question in. This has been fun though, having everybody here, getting to just chit chat about stuff. What's your next big thing, Pamela? What are you working on? What are you doing?
I'm getting ready to do a 5-day show just outside Calgary,
Oh,
and I'm setting up an art display at a tattoo shop in Langdon, and that's about it for now. I just got a two-day intensive massage course last weekend. I'm really not sure the next time I open the door if I don't see myself coming in it instead.
What is a tattoo?
Tattoo?
Oh, tattoo. I was like, what is
tattoo.
a tattoo?
No, it's a tattoo
A
shop.
tattoo is a tutu for a cat.
Yes. The guy that owns the
Ask
shop,
a silly question, blah blah.
my son was he wants to get one of his 20-year-old tattoos updated. So, but he wants the dragon's head across on his chest, and then it's got to come up over his shoulder, go down, hide the old art, and then come down on his arm. And so, I mean, I couldn't really get it from just pictures, get the proportions right. So the next time I went to see him, I just said, give me a pen. And I just started drawing on him. And so before he showered or anything, he ran down to the tattoo shop and said, okay, this is what I want. Can you take pictures? And the guy said, who did that? And he says, my mom. And he said, really, I've got to meet your mother. So yeah, I'm doing that. And then they wants me to do a workshop on symbolism. I'm thinking
Wow.
maybe just focus it on runes and do some bind room magic. That ought to tickle them to no end. And that's all I'm doing right away. Oh, and I'm making travel charms, runic travel charms out of Nordic runes.
Wow.
That's it.
What does that involve?
What you do is you take usually I use no less than 2 and no more than 5 runes. And I can either select them because I know the runes, or I'll just open my bag and reach in and start drawing them out and just see what I have. And that will tell me, okay, I just pulled out 3, and I've got the rune for need. I have the rune for it's Isa. It's called, it freezes things in place. It holds things in place, you might say. And I have the rune for disruption. So I'm not sure. I think this would probably break any kind of spell, or it would be good for bouncing something back at someone that has thrown some negativity at you. That's what this would be good for. But what I would do is, in the order I read them, I would take and combine them into a single symbol. And each time each rune that you work with, you stay completely focused on that, bless everything, get it going. And then once you add that to what you're carving or drawing or painting on, and then pretty soon you've got a single symbol that blends all the magic together, as it were. And it kicks ass. Hey, I'll give you a classic example. This symbol for Bluetooth?
Yeah.
It's a combination of a rune for chaos, which I think is kind of appropriate, and joy.
Interesting.
So
and not too
I
many people
drew.
know that oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Opening. Yeah, opening.
I drew this one this morning, but I had been fighting all day trying to remember its name, and it's there. It's in my head.
It's
because
Cano.
It's what?
K-A-N-O. K-A-N-O. Cano.
That's right. That's right. It's Kano. That's right. Now see, because I knew it could represent a C and a K, but I just couldn't get the word.
Generally a K, and it stands for an opening. Like you're driving down the road and you'll see these directional signs. Well, pay attention, because it's all around you. All of these symbols and signs are in our everyday life. There you go. Bluetooth. Oh,
Yep.
I'm sorry, not joy. It's for growth and chaos.
Okay. Okay. Yep, that was mine.
Cool. But that's all I'm doing right now.
Oh,
Is that
Dax has the Bluetooth.
Is that all?
That's it.
Yeah. So we're going to be ending the show soon. Kelly asked, will Wayne come back to me? This is what I got. I got the strength card. So you have to have the internal fortitude, and the Queen of Cups. Ask your own intuition. What's your own gut instinct on this? And then I'll tell you what I got, yes or no. But the cards are saying, hey, you got to have the internal fortitude, and you need to, check with your own intuition. My big question is, why would you want to get back together with Wayne? Because I get the 5 of Wands with the 9 of Wands. Do you forget why you're not with Wayne right now? Okay. And he's showing up as the King of Pentacles, which is nice. But, he's off doing his thing, right? So as a yes-no spread, I'm getting 3 no's, 2 yeses. It could go either way. I'm not getting a strong yes or a strong no, but it's leaning no. He's not coming back to you. Now, it may be indicating, especially with the Strength card and the Queen of Cups, that you need to look inside yourself and then take action in order to make it happen, if you really want to. But I don't know. I saw that 5 of Wands and 9 of Wands, and he's got the bandages on, and I'm like, why would you want to put yourself through that again? Anyway, but it's possible.
Yeah, the intuitive hit that I got on that, and I was actually, I have been messing with that stupid Kindle for a big part of the show. I've been listening, but
Charlotte's having fun just hanging out with us and listening. I know how she is.
Well, I am. I painted my fingernails. Anyway,
got that. She's rocking that new hairdo too. Do you notice that?
Yeah, I finally got off all the ugly crap. Anyway, the big intuitive hit that I got for that is, I feel like the reason you're even feeling like you want to go back to him is because we go back to what we know, whether it's uncomfortable or whether it's comfortable. We go back.
Plus, I have additional information now.
because that is that that's how
Familiar.
our minds are wired. It's like, yep, he was a dickhead. Sorry if he wasn't, but that's what I'm getting. But you know, he's a familiar dickhead, and so we tend to stick with the familiar instead of step outside of the box, make ourselves a little bit uncomfortable, and move on. And that was I
Yes.
didn't
And that's
hard.
that strength card, right?
That was just that huge. I just got
But
smacked in the
Charlotte,
mind
you're
with
not,
that.
but Charlotte, you're not seeing the chat. And we just got the feedback from Kelly. I really want him to. I've got 2 kids and I'm pregnant with his baby. Oh my God. So yeah, I think you were right with Charlotte with the dickhead reference there. It's like, okay, she's pregnant with his baby, but not with him, or he's not with her, but she wants him to be, but he's not. Yeah, dickhead. So then you
So
have, you
you
have to
know,
decide, why would you want to? I don't care if he's, baby daddy and everything like that. That doesn't mean you have to be with that person.
I say congratulations on the blessings of that beautiful new soul that you are growing. But that doesn't mean
Absolutely.
he needs to be a part of it just because he's familiar. And honestly, the other thing that's coming in is, really, is that what you want your kids to see? Is that what you want your kids to know? If you have sons, do you want your sons to know that this is how men treat women? And if you have daughters, is this what you want your daughters to know? This is how men are supposed to treat you, like shit.
Mm.
So, you know,
Those men, they suck. I'm telling you.
it's sassy, it's sassy. What is it? What do you call it, Dax? You
What's
know,
that?
the irreverent tarot. But that's what I'm getting is like, girl, first of all, get yourself some birth control after this next baby. And if you can't stay away from him, but I feel like there's something so much better for you out there and for your
Yeah.
children. And you can think I'm a judgmental cow if you want. I don't care, but that was the intuitive hit that I got. That's not my judgment. That was the intuitive hit that I got. So,
Oh, when you were saying that, Charlotte, I pulled another card. And remember, I had that other king for this guy, Wayne, she's talking about. I just got the King of Swords. There is somebody else. And this guy is definitely smarter than Wayne. Let me tell you that. Anyway,
I love intuitive hit. I love intuitive hit.
and what a perfect way to end the show on that note. Men suck and get birth control. There are your messages from Psychic Cafe Live for Sunday, September 22nd, 2024.
I didn't say man suck. I said ex-boyfriend sucks.
And Kelly
So,
says, don't worry, I don't mind you saying this at all. Kiss, kiss.
yeah.
But hey, guys, this was great. Can we do it again?
Absolutely.
This was too much fun. Charlotte and I will be on tomorrow night. Anybody out there, our hosts, want to join in on a Monday evening show, let me know. I'll give you the link. You can pop in. And
Monday, it was not
it's
called
Monday
that.
Fun Day. Yes.
It was
I know
just call it that
Michelle,
for no reason.
Michelle normally can't make it though, because you're really busy on Monday night or Monday day.
I really am, but I will try my best.
Yep.
It
But
doesn't want to be
if not, Michelle's going to join me on Wednesday, and Ellie's going to join me on Thursday, and whoever else wants to join in. and let's see.
You know, while you're looking at, you know how we all sit and pull cards while other people are reading, and sometimes we don't know who we're pulling cards for, or what the cards popped up for. But I got this
Pamela
thought.
does that often. She's done that on multiple shows now where she pulled cards and didn't know who they were for.
Yep.
Yeah, well, this is called soul retrieval, and I know you hate it when I read out of the book, but I can't say it better than the book, and it's so perfect. It says, When did you compromise what you truly believed in to be loved or to be accepted by someone? Think back over your life, find the time or times when this happened. Vow never to compromise your integrity again. What have you agreed to in the name of love that you know is deeply wrong? Make it right this instant. Woo woo! Yeah, that card has just been sitting up on top of this deck that I don't pull from a lot, but I do. Well, actually, I pull from it a lot but I don't use it, and I usually don't pull up the things. But how apropos for that reading is that card?
Wow.
Oh, and Dan
Yeah.
said it really nice in the chat. Kelly, I wish you an outcome that is best for you and all your kids. Blessings.
Yeah.
Yay, Dan. Yay, Dan. All righty. So let's get out of here before we go another hour. But this is so much fun. I got to tell you, so much fun. And don't forget us for the live Zoom. And if you're not a member yet, hey, hop over to the sale and grab it for just $67. Yay. And you can join us on the Zooms. All year long, we had our live mentoring Zooms, our live mentoring discussion, Q&A, and mentoring sessions twice. Actually, we were doing 4 times a month every Sunday, and we cut it down to 2, and it was open to everybody. All right. But this is a perk of membership. And the only reason we had it open for everybody was because we had the brand new website. And if people had questions or needed help with the website, which is, again, another thing we do in the Zoom meetings, show you how to set up your custom page, help you with your banner, cover image, your profile picture, links to, people to buy readings from you and other products and services, and how to navigate and how to communicate and how to make blog posts and events and everything else that you can do on Psychic Cafe. But now, since the beginning of fall, we've returned to it being only a perk of membership. So go and join the membership. It's only $67, the cost of a latte a month, and you're getting free mentoring from professionals in the field. Yes.
Michelle, where did you get that?
Hopefully Pamela will be with us next Sunday too.
I will. I will. I
know,
don't have to leave till the first.
I know this tarot deck author. Her name is Pamela Steele, and she created this amazing deck called the Steele Wizard Tarot. And you can actually...
She's an old hippie artist chick.
Amazon. Yeah.
I am.
And it is a beautiful deck, you guys. Look at this. Look at this. Magnetic. I love the box.
I love that.
The book is not in it because I was reading it.
I don't really care what's inside. All I want is the box with the freaking magnet on it.
Right. My cards are in there.
Ditto.
God, and I'm looking here. Look at the size of this book. I just love it.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
I love
they kind of raised their eyebrows when I turned in the manuscript, and they said, can you shorten that up? No.
It still smells can't talk. Pamela, it still smells new.
Aw.
does.
And because I was looking in here to see published by Red Feather Mind Body Spirit, and it's just awesome.
And the forward
Mhm.
is by, I'm pretty sure the forward's by Benabel. No.
Mm.
No, she did the one for the Eternal Seeker. This is by Christine Payne Towler,
Uh,
the absolutely phenomenal, brilliant.
by the way, world's thickest deck, unless you're one of those
Right.
readers that reads with 2 tarot decks together, 156 cards. There are people that use 2 tarot. Actually, I know one that does 3 tarot decks together, and it's all shuffled, and one of the
nice.
decks is one. She turns one of the decks upside down. Those are the reversals, and has 2 other decks, and it's like this big. She shuffles them separately, obviously. But yeah, world's thickest deck. Yeah. Thickest card stock ever. I mean, my God.
Should last for a while.
And it slides
Yep.
really nice. Slides, those are the us regular deck people, it's like that's some of the little things that we do. We do the sliding test and the shuffling test and the card stock thickness test and all this stuff like that. We were talking
Have a
about
deck.
all getting the Llewellyn deck because Michelle already has it, and
I have it.
and yeah,
Pamela
Pamela's got
has it.
But also we all have.
Yep.
Steele
Dan
Wizard.
has this deck too.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't know if Ellie has it, but like we could all be reading all the time with Steele Wizard.
Right? I
Too.
love it.
Yeah, that's
Got
another
all those
thing.
extra cards. I mean, think about it. You got 10 extra cards in there. You've got maidens added to the courts for potential.
Yeah,
And then
nobody
you've got
does that, right?
6 more major arcana. I mean,
Right.
and when I created this deck, I finished it in June of 2000.
Mhm.
So,
Wow.
it took a while to get it on the shelves, and the first 2 editions were self-published. And then Red Feather asked for it, and I went, yeah, let me think about that. But they did well. I love the design. I love what they did. I love
Yep.
it.
Yes,
So
it's beautiful.
And, I can't remember because it's been so long since I've pulled out my original Steel Wizard with the borders and everything. What's the card stock difference between this new one?
oh, night and day. Like this one, the original deck. Oh my gosh, they're thick too, but not nearly as thick. And since the company I went with, the card company I went with, they'd never, like when I said, would your company be interested in printing a tarot deck? And Charles said, we'd love to. What's a tarot deck? So yeah, it was a learning curve for everybody.
Learning curve for them.
But he like the cards are laminated, but this deck I've used as a sample deck since then, and it's still pretty pristine.
Wow.
I've only got maybe six of these left. It's out of print. The other one was the second edition, which should be right about here. Now this one, I love it because it's easier to use. It's a matte finish, and that's my dragon deck. Oh, there it is. And stop it. And they're a little bit smaller, so they're a little bit easier to handle. I love it. I love it. It's excellent cardstock and everything else. But with the borders, as you can see, it makes the images just that much smaller. But when you get to the newest edition, we deleted the borders. We went through all kinds of, oh man, did I fight with them? Because no, you're not doing it that way. Stop it. I told you how it's going to be done. And finally, they quit arguing with me and just did it what I was asking to do.
Well, some
And
people like
I
the
couldn't be happier.
borders, and some don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Take your pick.
I like the new deck. And
Me too.
Dan's asking, can you still get a hold of the original deck? He asks.
Yeah, if you talk really nice to me, there may be a few available through on Amazon.
On Amazon?
I know there's a couple of people. Well, yeah, because the distributors, they're right out of stock. But yeah, but
I like the new ones myself. I
do
highly
too,
recommend
a lot. And the
everybody get
original
the new
book
one.
was really, really vague. I mean, I didn't give meanings to the cards. I listed them as guidelines. I want people to use their intuition. And the original book, the original companion book, I put that together in a week because I lost my author, didn't know what I was doing. So I threw a book together and here we are.
I
Now
just
this
put the
book,
link in
oh,
to
okay.
the new one
Thank you, Dan.
in the chat. And let me see if I can go over here and grab. Ooh, that's our
One of
host.
the to
by the way.
finish in the tarot course so she knows how to read tarot cards. I'm not naming names or pointing fingers or anything like that.
Don't
She
forget
has a
to subscribe to the channel, folks. If you're still here with us, I'm trying to find. Gosh, where is?
recently got her haircut.
The link. That's Maria's angel book. You can get that. And Steele Ellie Wizard, like that. If you go to psychic.cafe/Steele Wizard, you can grab the new edition. Is that the third edition?
Yes, it is.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure because it's been a while since I've said what edition it was.
Yeah, it is the third.
Yeah, because I have Maria's book stuck in my head, which is the new revised edition, but it's not a second or third.
Yeah.
It's just revised. Oh, look, the kitty's visiting.
Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. Hello, beautiful.
Yeah.
This is my tigress.
Well, thanks everybody for being here. And
Thank you all.
guys.
Angela says, thanks so much. Have a great week. Kelly says she'll be back to ask about her daughter. And I think it's the one she's going to give birth to. And so we're going to be here on Monday. We're going to be here on Wednesday, Thursday, some of the same hosts, some different hosts. So pop in anytime and ask Kelly. Okay. And we'll see you tomorrow night. You can all join us. So Monday Fun Day. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Love you.
And we're out of there. Yay. Dun, dun, dun. That was a great show.